show you is how you can add on little details to take it from something that might be more of a plain outline to something that has a little bit more finesse or a little bit more intrigue in there. I have accidentally put a fill on that one. So you couldn't tell. I could tell when I came out here it had a brown, let's see, can't really see it right now, but it had a brown outline, and I want to go ahead and not do that. I'm sorry, brown fill. I just want it to, there it is. That's the brown fill. I'm going to go ahead and remove it. I didn't want that. And basically, to do this, you guys are going to use your pen tool. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to move this off to the side. I'm going to grab my pen tool. Please remember, it's the regular pen tool. Make sure you are not on any of the other ones. It will not act appropriately. You get some error messages. It's a big warning. Don't ignore your error messages. Those are super important learning tools. Pen tool. What I can do is I can go ahead and I can click over here. And I'm going to click another, but I'm going to click and hold right here because I want a curve. If you want a straight line, you're going to click and just click. That's it. But I click and hold and I can move a little curve in there. From there, I'm going to come up to my regular selection tool, the black arrow. You'll notice that that line followed me up there. But once I click on the arrow, it sort of finished out what I was doing. All right? So I clicked on this, and what I need to do is I need to go ahead and change the weight of that pen stroke. So you can see right now I've increased it. Right now, let's leave it at 7. You can see at this stage it looks very chunky. It might not be the finesse that I'm looking for, like when it gets a little thinner down at the edge. Gives that beautiful line direction. So I want to make sure that you realize that this is not going to be a good fit for many little edges that you're going to draw with those pen tools. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and instead of leaving it right up here where it says uniform, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to, in this one, I'm going to go to width profile 4, but notice there are different width profiles. This one will give me the ability to have that tapered edge. But if I grab that one and I test out this one, it's tapered at the beginning and it's tapered at the end. I can go to each one and figure out what's going to work well for my particular pen path and for my icon, see what I like, see what I don't. But again, notice it depends on where I started and where I ended. So in this case, when I use this one, it started at a wider point because that's where I clicked first, and it ended at the center point. So if I drew it in reverse, if I started drawing out here to connect to here, and I created that curve, let's pretend it looks good. Again, notice that I get a wiggly blue line that's going to follow me until I click on my selection tool. I'm going to grab that, increase that pen width, use the same exact width profile, and you'll see that it's backwards. All hope is not lost. You can reverse that, or you just go out, oops, let me fix it. Okay? So that's really something I wanted to introduce you to when we're talking about how you're actually going to manipulate some additional lines inside of your characters. Okay? Now right here, I'm going to go with my direct selection tool. I'm going to grab the last anchor point, and I'm actually going to pull that guy all the way back in. You'll notice that this curve is all wrong. I'm going to pull the handle back in, readjust it, and put it in a direction that I think looks the best. I was just talking about changing out your stroke width. Again, that might be too much. This might be too much. So, sorry, wrong one. I need to go ahead and decrease these so that they fit the style of emoji and they fit the actual parameters of that. So as we're going and we're looking at this, again, our parameters, I want to see a different change of fill type. I want to see a variety of colors used, even if they're using the same color family, like different shades of, brown or whatever it might be. Change the stroke width, which is what I just talked about. Using small shapes to give it dimension. Again, as we look in here, there's those little reflected shapes. There's also a change of opacity. So if I'm in here and doing that, let's say for some reason I want to create a reflection up top right here. Let's just pretend. I can come in there and I could fill it with, I'm going to go ahead and fill it with a lighter brown. That could be sort of like my reflection. I could also reduce my opacity to help that along. Maybe I'm going to go ahead and take off the stroke There's my stroke on the outside. Go ahead and remove that. I can fuss with that with my keyboard as well. Again, with my keyboard, I can use my arrows to do a little tiny bit of nudging, which is really important when you're just kind of putting something in place. You have it selected, and you just use your keyboard to just finally nudge this thing around and decide where does it need to go. Maybe I need to hover on the outside like this. I get those arrows where I can rotate it a little bit. Okay, so that's exactly the kind of thing that I'm looking for in this particular project. And then finally, it's a reflection of you. Something you're intrigued with, something that you like. Maybe it's a little version of you. Maybe it's something that you're passionate about. But as with all things, it should be appropriate. So please make sure that you do choose all icons, all inclusions to do just that. Again, you can push the limits in some ways, and I really appreciate that. But make sure you don't push the limit of it being inappropriate for a school environment. And that's it, ladies and gents.